Greetings viewers and subscribers. So in our journey today, we are still on our way to New Jersey. We left Brooklyn and is heading to New Jersey in the United States. Sit back, relax and drive with me. Now, yesterday we told you about this story and we also showed you this video.
Live out a drill gun right now. Live out a drill gun. Man chopping a two truck. Mash up. Watch your head them G. So man chopping a two. Live out of the hotel. Live out a drill gun right now. Half time round and half time this outside truck.
We told you that the information at the time was sketchy, so we're gonna update that story now. Here is what we are learning. 5 motor vehicles were involved in this accident. The 5 motor vehicles are a Nissan AD wagon, a Toyota Townes minibus, a Mack truck, a Toyota Coaster, and a Toyota Corolla motorcar. We promised that we are going to tell you exactly how this accident occurred. So here goes. The Nissan AD wagon, the Toyota Townes, and the Mack truck, they were heading towards Montego Bay direction. Now remember that road is a dual carriageway. There is a median that separates the road. So the vehicles going westerly or towards Montego Bay, there are 2 lanes. The vehicles going towards Falmouth or easterly, there are also 2 lanes. And like we said, there is a median in the middle of the road separating the vehicles or separating the road. So the Nissan AD wagon and the Toyota Townes, they were traveling towards Montego Bay. They were in the left lane. The Mack truck was also traveling towards Montego Bay, but the Mack truck was in the right lane. The Toyota Coaster and the Toyota Corolla, they were coming up from Montego Bay, heading towards Falmouth. So, our understanding is that the Nissan AD wagon, which was in front of the Toyota Townes, it came to a sudden stop. The Townes that was behind this Nissan AD wagon, the driver didn't brake up. What he did was he swerved to the right to avoid colliding into the back of the Nissan AD wagon. But like we said, the Mack truck was coming in the right lane, so that is the lane that the driver for the Townes swerved into. When the driver for the Townes swerved into the right lane, he collided into the side of the Mack truck. As a result of this collision, the Townes collided into the front of the Nissan AD wagon, which had come to a complete stop. The Nissan AD wagon, based on this impact, it was hit off the road into bushes on the left hand side of the road. By this time, the Toyota Townes, it got stuck into the Mack truck. So the Toyota Townes, it got stuck into the side of the truck. As a result, the driver for this Mack truck, he ended up losing control of the truck. So here's what happened. The truck, it then swerved right, climbed the median in the middle of the road and went into the next lane, that is in the eastbound lane. As a result, the Toyota Coaster and the Toyota Corolla coming in the opposite direction, the Mack truck collided into both of them. The Mack truck then overturned on its left side. Did you understand what I just explained? Let me see if I can break it down. So the Nissan AD wagon, it was at the front of the traffic heading towards Montego Bay. The Toyota Townes was traveling immediately behind this Nissan AD wagon. Both of them were in the left lane. The Mack truck was traveling in the right lane behind the 2 vehicles on the left lane. The Nissan AD wagon came to a sudden stop. The driver for the Toyota Townes, in order to avoid colliding into the back of the Nissan AD wagon, he swerved right. but by the time he swerved right, the Mack truck was too near to him, so he collided into the left side of the Mack truck. As a result of this collision, the Taunus hit the front of the Nissan car that had come to a sudden stop, hitting off the Nissan off the road onto the left side. So by this time, the Toyota Taunus, it got stuck into the left side of the Mack truck. As a result, the driver for the Mack truck, he ended up losing control of it. So the Mack truck, it climbed the median. All this time, the Toyota Taunus was still stuck into the side of the Mack truck. So the vehicles, the Toyota Corolla and the Toyota Coaster that were heading towards Falmouth, they ended up colliding into the Mack truck and the Toyota Taunus that was stuck in the Mack truck. When the smoke was cleared, one man, he died on the spot. His body was separated in two. At the time we were recording this video, we hadn't yet gotten the name for this man who died in the accident. But as soon as we get his name, we will be informing you. But this was a sad one indeed. It was a sight to behold. Now, in the next story, it took place at a place named Brighton District. Now, Brighton District is in the Little London Police area in the parish of Westmoreland. It took place on Sunday, September 26th, 2021, about 6:30 p.m. Now, our information is that a man, he was riding a motorcycle when we are told that some dogs in a yard came out and started running after the motorcycle and barking at the man who was riding the motorcycle. As a result, it is said that the man, he stopped, picked up some stones and flung them at the dogs who were barking at him. The owner for the dogs, he and the man who was riding the motorcycle, they got into a verbal confrontation. The allegations are that the man on the bike, he pulled a gun and pointed it at this man and threatened to kill him. The allegations are that this man, he put back the gun in his waist and rode away. A report was made to the Little London Police, and the police went in search of this man who was riding the motorcycle. It is said that about 2 days later, the man who the report was made against, he went to the police station and handed over himself to the police. As a result, he was arrested and charged for the offense of illegal possession of firearm and assault at common law. His name is Rahiem Stewart. He's popularly called Gums. He's 24 years old and he's said to be a bartender of Revival District in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, what I just read are the allegations. We are not passing any judgment on the person who was charged, because like we told you, they were involved in an argument, and in an argument, any game can play. We know how these things go. So Gums, he will be going to the courts where he will be facing his judgment. Now, residents of Brighton, if you witnessed what took place, I am imploring you, go give a statement to the police, because it either goes so or it not goes so. If it goes so, Gums should be sent to prison. If it not goes so, he should be exonerated, and the person who made the report against him should be made to pay, and pay dearly. So we are not siding with anybody, because we know how these things go. So if you are here and you are watching this video, if you have not yet hit on the like button, remember to hit on it. If you are here and you are watching our videos and you have not yet hit on the subscribe button, remember, hit on the subscribe button. As also hit on the notification bell, then click all, so that you will be notified as soon as we have uploaded a new video. And once again, thank you. We are now past 37,000 subscribers. we're heading on to 38,000 subscribers. Keep on telling a friend to tell a friend. Now, in the final story for today, yesterday we told you about a shooting at Grotto in Savlamar, in the parish of Westmoreland. We went on Facebook because we wanted to know some more about this guy. The guy you're seeing on your screen. His name is Rahiem Henry. Here is what we are learning so far about Rahiem. He is from a place in St. Mary named Mango Valley. It is said that for about 2 years now, he has been living in exchange in Ocherias in the parish of St. Anne. Rahiem, he was employed at the Rio Hotel in Ocherias as a housekeeper. Rahiem was 23 years old. Rahiem, he's the father of a 2-year-old child. Like we said, we went on Facebook and we saw this posted about Rahiem. The post was made by somebody who is very close to him. The person said, "I'm asking for some serious prayers for the Henry family of Mango Valley, for the entire Jamaica and the gun crime. Me can't even see it right, but me I go try. We lost 2 family members in just hours apart last night. Rest in peace, Natty Bob. Rest in peace, Rahiem. Rahiem, you died doing what you do best, was supporting your partner, the mother of your child. One may say, why you go, knowing the nature of those family members' death. But for me, knowing the nature of my cause, he would have stood by her side in her times of need. For whatever reason, you heartless criminals choose to go and shoot up a 9-9, as if taking their lives were still not enough, to the point you decide to drive by and shoot up the gathering without even thinking of the innocent. You might not see this post, but I know our tears are falling, but our prayers are going up. You take away my sick uncle right hand, his backbone, his nurse, his everything, a young father, a brother, a precious cause from we. We also got this voice note from somebody who knew Rahiem very well. Listen to what the person had to say.
Hey, good day. That's the guy that got shot in Westmoreland last night. And Rahiem is not from Westmoreland. He's from a place in St. Mary called Mango Valley. The only reason why he ended up in Westmoreland is because his baby mom, I think she's related to the victim, the people them down there. So him accompany her, come at this scene, and this is what happened. Him leave the whole Mango Valley in tears. Everybody in mourning for this youth from Mango Valley. What a St. Mary, what a St. Anne's Bay in a mourning for this brother. Because this brother, he just got her, come back from work. Him have a 2-year-old son, yo. He's not a bad person. He's not involved in nothing in Westmoreland. As a matter of fact, him not even know Westmoreland. The first time I go to Westmoreland and I'm baby mother and go with you.
So here is what we are further learning about Rahiem. Rahiem's baby mother. She's a family member to Damian Lee. Damian Lee, he was popularly called Good You're Good. We had said good bad, but somebody corrected us and said no, it's Good You're Good. So Rahiem's baby mother for their 2-year-old child, she was a family member to Damian Lee, otherwise called Good You're Good. Damian Lee, he was shot and killed at his house at Grotto in Savlamar in July 2021. No, Grotto is not beside Doyley's like we had said. Grotto is further up the road. You would pass Honeygan like you go into Negril. That left hand side they turn in and go around, that section is called Grotto. So, good you're good, he was shot and killed in his house sometime in July. He was supposed to be buried yesterday. So, they had a gathering, a dead yard being held for him. Rahiem's girlfriend, both of them live in St. Ann. So, she decided that she was going to the dead yard and the funeral. Rahiem followed her all the way from St. Ann to accompany her to the dead yard and the funeral. They were there at the dead yard amongst other people. Now, this was about 9 p.m. Wednesday, September 29, 2021. They were at this dead yard when two hoodlums rode up on a motorcycle. The pillion passenger, he brandished a gun and opened fire on the persons who were gathered at the dead yard. Rahiem, he was hit. He received gunshot wounds to his abdomen and his right arm. Rahiem, he was not targeted by these hoodlums. They just fired in the crowd indiscriminately. So Rahiem, he was hit. Like we told you yesterday, the police who were nearby, they came over to where the gunshots were being fired. And they too were fired on by these hoodlums. They made good their escape. The police, they rushed Rahiem to the Savlamar Hospital where he was pronounced DEAD. So based on all that we are hearing so far, based on all the feedback that we are getting, Rahiem, he was there supporting his baby mother in her time of grief. Rahiem, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. May his soul rest in peace. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.